thing was 71 years old. Do you have any idea how old that makes me feel?
I think you move me, but I need to know for sure. Come on and do your thing. Oh, you move me. Prune juice. You make my bowels loose. You make everything greasy. Prune juice. I get these cramps sometimes, and I never know if I'm gonna make it or not. More often than not, there's an accident. Prune juice, I think I've soiled them. But I want to know for sure. So I guess I'd better check my undies. Yep, I soiled them. My wife's gonna get sick and tired of having to buy me new underwear every other week. Yeah, well, that's what Social Security's for. Prune juice. You make me too loose. You make everything runny. Prune juice. Oh, I gotta go. Prune juice. Wish I could walk a little faster. Prune juice. I'm not gonna make it. Prune juice. Oh, damn you to hell. Prune juice. Oh, damn it.
You see, it's not so much that he was 71 years old when he passed away. It's that I remember him in his prime. And I remember thinking how cool that song was when I was 11 years old. And my God, I feel so old today. Well, rest in peace, Reg Presley. And I hope the rest of the band can still pump it out there from time to time. This is the Old Uncle Bastard Show, and there seems to be a bit of daylight these days between the father and son team of Ron and Rand Paul. According to Politico, when the word came over the weekend that former Navy SEAL Chris Kyle and his neighbor were shot and killed, allegedly by a Marine veteran suffering from PTSD, who Kyle took to a shooting range, at which time the alleged shooter turned his weapon on the self-acclaimed greatest American sniper of all time and shot him and his friend before hitting the road in Kyle's pickup truck. Former Texas Congressman and perennial presidential candidate Ron Paul said something I think many of us were saying at the time. Heck, I said the same thing on my show yesterday. Ron Paul tweeted, and I'm quoting here, "Chris Kyle's death seems to confirm that he who lives by the sword dies by the sword. Treating PTSD at a firing range doesn't make sense." I said that yesterday. Who hasn't thought that? Chris Kyle's death, well, it doesn't sit well, apparently, with what Dad said. Doesn't sit well with his son, the U.S. Senator from Kentucky, Rand Paul. A man some say will make a stab at the presidency himself in 2016. Rand issued a statement Monday to a news service which we shall leave nameless because they suck. Chris Kyle was a hero like all Americans who donned the uniform to defend our country. Our prayers are with his family at this tragic time. And we said that ourselves yesterday. Dad seemed to close this gap later by saying on his Facebook page, "As a veteran, I certainly recognize that this weekend's violence and killing of Chris Kyle were tragic and a sad event. My condolences go out and prayers go out to Mr. Kyle's family." But Ron Paul continued, "Unconstitutional and unnecessary wars have endless unintended consequences. A policy of nonviolence, as Christ preached, would have prevented this and similar tragedies." Still, Kyle's service to our country aside, no one doubts his bravery and his sincerity, and we all applaud his efforts at working with returning vets to help them address their issues and assimilate back into regular society after seeing the sorts of horror of war that only a veteran, somebody who's actually been there, can truly understand. But taking a guy with emotional difficulties, a guy with PTSD, to a shooting range, putting a high-powered weapon in his hand. Okay, I understand the you fell off the horse, rub some dirt on it, and get back on pilgrim mindset, but we're talking about guns. This guy had emotional disturbances. According to the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, 25-year-old Eddie Ray Routh had previously threatened to kill himself and others and had twice been taken to psychiatric hospital for mental health evaluations. He's still in the Erath County Jail in Stephenville, Texas, facing 2 charges of capital murder. Bail is set at $3 million, and authorities said that he's on suicide watch, and that on Sunday night, jailers had to use a stun gun to subdue him when he became combative. And these guys, a heroic veteran of military combat and his neighbor, they took him to a shooting range. They put a gun in his hand, and he killed them with it. Does anyone else see a common sense dichotomy problem with that?
Oh, Lord. Former journalist R. Stacey McCain is rooting around in the garbage again. No doubt looking for empty beer cans to suck the last few drops out of. While we tend to this crisis, listen to these messages. Did Karl Rove claim a black, gay felon as property? Why did he give a convicted debit card thief the keys to the kingdom? Is it true that it's not who you know, but who you blow that counts? These questions and more are addressed in Bill Schmalfeld's book, Vice and Victory, with the emphasis on the former. In 2008, Ali Akbar was convicted for breaking into a van, stealing someone's debit card and trying to use it. By 2012, Akbar had taken over the conservative new media machine. Karl Rove claimed that Ali Akbar, the skeezy closeted gay ex-con, is his intellectual property. Does this explain how someone with only 1 semester of college can work for one losing campaign after another, and still find success, with the help of the underground DC conservative gay mafia? Bill Schmalfeld's book explores Ali Akbar's well-greased trail from jail to fail. Follow Akbar from Fort Worth to losing campaigns in Georgia and New York, then to the creation of the Vice and Victory Agency, the fraudulent National Bloggers Club, and more. Surrounded by a cast of sleazy characters and hangers-on, Akbar seems to lie as easily as most people breathe. An incredible story, even more amazing because it's true. Read Vice and Victory, with the emphasis on the former, by Bill Schmalfeld. You'll find it at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, BooksAMillion.com, most major online booksellers, and at the website www.viceandvictory.us. That's .us, not .com. Vice and Victory, with the emphasis on the former. How much of the former must one employ to enjoy the latter? Well, Say, boys and girls, are you tired of all the other kids picking on you because you dress like a street urchin? And how about you, young professional, who gets to wear casual clothing at work? Do your co-workers dump their coffee on you, or intentionally pee on your leg, in the bathroom, or elsewhere, because your clothes are not cool, hip, and with it? Are you starting to seriously consider bringing a loaded firearm to work or to school, to put a permanent end to all this being picked on? Well, nieces and nephews, your old Uncle Bastard has the solution to your problems. And nobody has to die. At least, not yet. Just change into dry pants, without all that pee on your leg, and log on to www.cafepress.com/oldUncleBastard. That's one word, Old Uncle Bastard, and there, you will find a wide assortment of bastard gear, guaranteed to make you the coolest kid in the 8th grade, or the sharpest fellow or girl in the corporate mailroom. And what fun you'll have! T-shirts, hats, sweats, mugs, stickers, and hoodies in case you need to conceal your identity, and say, won't you be the most popular fellow or girl in the junior class, when you show up at the high school basketball game, under the bleachers, with your very own, Old Uncle Bastard whiskey flask? I'll say you will. So, what are you waiting for? To get the shit kicked out of you again by kids who dress better than you? To have your leg urinated on again by your co-workers? Because of your poncy, puffy, Hello Kitty t-shirt? Stop the senseless bloodshed. Stop the senseless improper urination. Log on, immediately, to www.cafepress.com/oldUncleBastard. That's one word. Old Uncle Bastard. And discover the world of popularity that can only come from the sartorial splendor of wearing this fabulous, wonderful, bastard gear. Bring your credit card. And if you don't have one, steal one from mother or dad. They might be mad at first, but tell them it's better than your alternative plan, which would be a story of national tragedy that would be discussed on the cable news networks 24/7, and their names would be mentioned over and over again, and that would be just about it, as far as their membership in the country club is concerned. This way, nobody gets hurt. www.cafepress.com/oldUncleBastard. You'll look and feel splendid. Nobody gets hurt. And your parents get to stay in the country club. And isn't that better for everyone? I'll say, it is. And you can trust me. I'm a computer-generated voice. Would a computer-generated voice lie to you? Goodness. No. Heavens, no. Turns out it wasn't our Stacey McCain in the garbage after all. It was a large rat. Easy mistake to make. Although we do wonder where he got the hat. Anyway, problem solved. And we're back with more of the Old Uncle Bastard show.
You know, I listened to this show last night for the first time on this Stitcher Radio On Demand application I downloaded into my iPad. And I got to tell you, it's a nifty thing to have because you don't need to be hooked up to a cell connection or a wireless connection. And the sound is crystal clear. It automatically updates. For instance, when I throw this show up on the web, we're live right now, of course, if you're listening in the noon hour. When I throw this up on the web, it'll automatically appear as an update if you subscribe to it on the Stitcher application. So go to Stitcher.com, download the app. You'll thank me for it later, okay? Alrighty then. Oh, wait. We got other news here. House Majority Leader Eric Cantor on Tuesday said the 2012 election showed that the GOP needs to do a better job explaining its policies and politics to voters.
We believe in self-reliance and faith in the person and accountability in government,
Cantor said on MSNBC's Morning Joe.